Hi everybody, Christy here again for Finds by the Flower Girl on Etsy. I got my second blue box this week. Wasn't quite as exciting as the first one, but still a pretty good box. So I'd like to show you what I've got. If anybody does the blue boxes, you saw the glitch that happened this last week. But anyway, due to the glitch, I was able to score 3 blue boxes. So I've still got 3 coming up next week. But anyway, let's take a look at what I got in this week's box. And if you like the video, would you please hit the like button, share, and subscribe to us because we'll have more videos coming up. Let's go see what I got in this blue box. So this box this week was from Florida. It was, I believe, Gulfstream Goodwill Industries. I got here a little more when it was supposed to, came on Thursday, and it was a different box because I don't think there was quite so much waste in it. Well, maybe I'll talk about that in a little bit, but this box seemed to be a little bit more cleanly put together. The last one, there was stuff rolling around in the bottom and all kinds of different little surprises when we got down to the bottom, and it wasn't that way this time. One thing that I noticed when I opened it, bracelets after bracelet after bracelet, and beads. But that's okay. I know probably every Goodwill has its own way of putting these boxes together. It's a different experience probably every time you get one, and I still wasn't disappointed. It wasn't quite the quality of the box that we had last week, but that's okay. Had 2 brooches in this box. The first one is this triple star brooch. It reminds me of a general in the military. I can't remember what a 3-star is, but there's that one. You can see it's pretty long. I think it's about 1 inch high. And then there was this sweet little cabochon and ABs or rhinestones, and I thought this one especially was really pretty. So I wouldn't mind finding something to go with it, but I could possibly sell that on its own. So 2 brooches this time. Like I said, bracelets. Not quite so many bangles, but there were a few. I had actually seen a couple like this. These are a little bit heavier and glitzier. I think I did see a couple of these by themselves on Etsy, on just a lot by themselves, so I'll have to check that out before I do anything with these. Got a few more of these sort of cheapy ones though. I was opening the box over at my daughter's, and she immediately looked up things to do with just these little cheap bangles, and she found something probably on Pinterest where people can take embroidery thread and wrap these and then put charms on them. It was really cute, so I told her she wanted to try that this summer while she was off from teaching. She could have my bangles. So there's those. And got a lot of stretchy. Oh, how about that bracelet? Yes, the rubber band was in my lot this week. Had a lot of stretchy and bead bracelets. Sort of a little red, white, and blue one there. I don't know if I'll keep that for maybe a 4th of July lot. It's almost too nice to go on a bead lot, so I'll probably save that for something. Had these 2 that look like they must go together. They both got these little tassels, and I like the colors on them. Let's see if I can find a lot to put those in. This was really pretty. Let's see, would it go with these? Not quite. But it's got a little toggle closure, and it goes through a little heart. There was no maker's mark. I didn't see maker's marks on much of any week. That's okay, because like I said, I really wasn't disappointed. But this was a nice little bracelet, even just by itself, I think. Here's a stretchy. This will probably go in a blot of some kind. There's another stretchy, but I like it. It's got some interest to it. I don't see any strings hanging out of it. So maybe what I'll do is make a bracelet lot. This one was kind of similar. It's sort of a double strand. And I know that those would make nice bead lots or craft lots, but I don't think I'm going to do that with those. This one was actually quite pretty. No, I don't think any of the stones were missing. It's a stretchy, still real good. Might be able to pair that up with something or put it in a bracelet lot. This one, the stones are actually really pretty. You've got some that are the kind of mirrory type stones, but it's all together by this piece, which I thought was a little odd. I thought that made it look homemade at first, but maybe it's not. But that's a pretty little set of bracelets also. This one, I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to look into it more. The stretchy's good, but these are not, I don't believe these are plastic. They're heavy. The bracelet is heavy. It's got some weight to it. It could go with some wood jewelry in a wood lot if I had that sort of thing. But we'll see. We'll see what turns up. I thought this one was broken, and my daughter was able to get it joined together. It did have a little working clasp. It was interesting. I don't know if all that stuff's sticking out. I don't know if I could wear that all day, but it's interesting. It's got some kind of beads to it. This one looks like a child's bracelet. It's got a kind of cute little rhinestones right here, but it's needless to say, it would stretch out too much on my great big bones. But I just put together a little girl's lot yesterday, I think, to put on Etsy. And maybe I should have waited to throw this in, but I already had, I think, 2 bracelets in there. So we'll save this. This one was interesting. It's got a magnetic closure, and it kind of looks, I don't know, like a brutalist style, but then it's got these great big rhinestones in it. So I'm not sure how I would list that. But all the rhinestones are there. So that was a decent lot of those. This one was pretty. This has got a definite Asian feeling to it. It's got all different colors in there. I don't think it's very expensive, but it's got these pretty separators right here. And the closure is interesting. It snaps together on 2 sides. It's got 2, what do you call those? Anyway, that's pretty. This was interesting. This is probably hand done, artisan made. It's got some really pretty stones in it. And I'll be honest, I love this kind of closure on a bracelet. I just like these little dangly things hanging down. I had one like this one time and it broke. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. If it has to go to a bead lot, the beads are good. Also, this has some nice sort of silver tone hardware that goes with it. However, I don't know if the stretchy's gone bad with it, but it's got some space to it, and you can see the knot there. Other than that, I love the color, and like I said, I like the hardware, but that just may have to go into a bead lot or a craft lot. This, I don't know why I have with my bracelets. Not a lot of waste in this one. This was obviously a hand done, not very expensive beads. This will definitely go in a bead lot. Like I said, not a bracelet, but it'll go with the bead lots. I did have some other interesting bracelets this time. This is, of course, it's not real gold. It's a stretchy, and the stretch mount on it, but it's a very pretty. It's very pretty, and it's good for my great big bones. The gold tone is still very good on this. So I may find a gold lot to put this in. That was still nice. This was interesting. These feel like beads, but obviously these are little tassels. It had a marking in there, which I didn't take a look at. This is also really small, so I'm thinking this is a little girl's or somebody with a really dainty petite wrist. But I like the little crosses on it. This is interesting, and I don't think it's seen its last days yet. It looks like this, the closure, and it's just, you just open it and slide it on, but it's got all these all these beads. Looks like silver and, I don't know, rose gold and gold. So that one's not too bad. This is a little hook closure. Got a few little pearl beads on there. This seems like a bracelet, but it's very small also. So I don't know if this goes with something else. That would be a tiny wrist and it would fit very tight. But it is a really, really pretty forest green. I'm just plastic. So I'll give that one some thought. This is pretty. It's a little misshapen, but I can fix that. And the paint on it, the enamel paint on it, still looks really nice. So I don't think it's seen its last wear yet either. This one was really interesting. I don't know that it's real. I'm going to have to take a closer look at it. But it's very heavy. It's got, not that side, it's got a magnetic closure. And then, let's see if you can see, the inside has these little decorations all the way around it. See if you can see it in the light. So, I don't know if I'm going to put that on by itself. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on that one too. But I thought that one was really interesting. Kind of pretty. This is a little slim one, and this says Forever Friends. It's not a real high-end one, but it's cute. I like this. I wish the gold tone hadn't worn off on it the way it has, but it's got some great little charms on it. Little Christmas tree, a little sort of mirrored stone, another little bubble, little stone, and little snowflake. So got all of its jewels. I'd hate to see it go in a craft lot, but you know, I'll try and put them where they really truly belong. And I think that was it for the bracelets. I did not get one single set of earrings this time. Oh, I'm sorry, here's one more bracelet. This was cute. Looks very beachy, kind of Hawaiian. And it's got an adjustable closure. Not real fancy, but really cute. I like the vibrant colors on it. Okay, so my poor little single earrings. Not one single pair. And last time, I don't know if you remember, had lots of pairs. I mean, enough to make a couple of good earring lots. So here are my singles. Single ladies here. I was real disappointed that this one did not have a mate. Let's see if I can get it done. This is actually very pretty. But I can also see this as a pendant on a necklace. I could see this as a pendant on a necklace. Had a dangle, had another dangle. This would have been pretty to find the mate to, but alas, no mate. But I can see in a craft lot. No mate to this. No mate to this, but those beads can probably come off there and be used. The little Christmas tree, that could probably be used on a bracelet. I was really looking for a mate to this little guy. This little leprechaun. He didn't have a leprechaun friend, so I was disappointed, but he's still cute. I'm sure it could go on a bracelet or a necklace or something like that. This one was interesting. I don't know if this was maybe hand done. No mate to that, but you know, some decent beads. Had a little dangle, and it looks green on my screen, but it's actually kind of a gold tone, so that could go in a bead lot or a craft lot. That was interesting, but it's got some links that might be able to be used by somebody in a craft lot. I mean, do you believe it? Not one pair of matched earrings. I got a necklace that I'll show you in just a bit that this would have gone so well with. No mate. Had a couple that were just sort of outright junk. I may have thrown the other one away. This was one of them. It's plastic. I don't know where that came from. Another pretty dangle, iridescent. Had a little cross. I'm pretty sure this is not sterling. I don't see any marks on it. Could go in a craft lot very easily though. This is a clip-on. Looks like it's seen better days. No mate. And the last one, another dangle. It's got some decent beads. So probably destined for a craft lot. So those are my earrings. Didn't get nearly as many as last time. That's okay. I'm sure somebody can do something with those. Okay, I think the first thing that jumped out at us was this necklace, and there we go. It's very, very long. I want to say it's at least 2 feet long. But here's the ornamentation for it. It's got some nice pieces. At first this looked, I don't know, like leather or something, but it's, I think it's some kind of shell. It's got shell, it's got wood pieces, it's got these round disc pieces. The only thing about it, which makes me think that it was hand done, but when you put, okay, I'm going to put these together so that, you know, it's all centered, okay? But then, look what happens. You run out of one side. So either you're going to have to wear it uneven, or if you're like me and have long hair, you could put that on and put it together in the back and slide it around. Nobody would ever notice. But other than that little flaw in it, it's a really nice piece. So I think that's definitely going to go in a lot by itself. Did have a few other necklaces. Now here's the one that, well, here's several. I really did have these. This is the one that I thought that one little earring would look so good with. But alas, we never found it. But my daughter also pointed out that this would look really good with turquoise. I don't think I have any, and I think she meant turquoise more like turquoise the stone, you know, not something really dark like this. But I thought that was a good idea. This sort of is J. Crewish, but not quite as ornate as those are. I'm pretty sure those didn't have a mark, but that was a good piece. This piece was interesting, and I noticed it had a mark on it. Not a maker's mark. Oh, come on, Christy. Here we go. And these pieces are pretty. It's sort of pink, sort of mother of pearl. And it's got this little button, not button closure, but a bead closure, a little loop to it. And when I looked at the back, I did find that it said it was made in the Philippines. So, and I may have a friend that I can ask about that too, but I thought this was pretty, more of a choker necklace. And if you've got something pink and summery, the light's catching that. There's how it looks. Iridescent. Pretty. That would be a good summer piece. Oh, here's the one that I had to drag out of it. These little shells. I'm not sure what kind of shells they are. Not sure if they're real. I'm going to have to find out how to test that. It's a pretty necklace. The only thing is that in between, it's got clear spacers in between. But what is underneath the spacers, I'm afraid might be, well, maybe not. Maybe I jumped to conclusions there. I was afraid that they might have been too old looking. But that's also kind of a nice beach piece for summertime. So there's that one. Okay, this one, and I'll talk about some things that are related to it in just a bit. Really pretty, multicolor, multi-strand, 3-strand, and it's twisted with all of these sort of gem chips. It'll go with anything. It's adjustable. So that piece was pretty too. But I'll tell you what, let me pull in what I was going to say about these. I also, in this particular lot, we were going through and found 8 of these, 8. And I was looking at them thinking, okay, I don't see any closures on these. Well, it does have the little strings on here. Apparently, these are strands for crafting. And one thing I have learned from Margaret at Texas Gal Treasures is that nothing that you get in these lots needs to be wasted. What I'm going to do, I've got 3 of the black, and they're all the same length. I think they're all 36 inches. I've got 3 of the black. I've got this sort of natural multicolor strand. And I'm probably going to put, no I'm not, I'm probably going to do 2 black and 1 black. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think this might be, oh heck, what's the blue one? Okay, it flew out of my mind now. And I actually had some of these round beads. Is it not azure? Well, I can't remember. It's leaving my mind. But I'm pretty sure these are real. Then we've got the white strand. I don't know if this is a kind of quartz. I'm sorry you can't see it very well against my counter. But the white strand. And then I would imagine this is also a kind of quartz. Natural, but a little bit darker. And then finally, and I'm trying to think what I saw, rainbow fluorite, something like that. This is almost my favorite right here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these 4 and 4 and make a couple of the chip bead strand lots for crafters, because I know that a lot of these sell on Etsy and probably eBay and other places, but I'm sure somebody will be happy to get these for their crafting. So there's those. That was a learning experience. There was also one strand of round beads. I am sure these are not turquoise. I would imagine they're dyed howlite. I'll look into them a little more, but that's also for crafters, so that will probably go with one or the other of these bead lots. Oh, sorry, I found one more little earring. And this could also go on a bracelet, or I wouldn't have minded finding the mate to this. That could go on a necklace or a bracelet. Found one little ring. It's really sweet. It's a small size. I don't think it's adjustable, but it looks like this part was put on a band and it's kind of separate. I haven't tried to look at Maker's Mark yet, but it's got a little pearl and a couple of other little stone looking things to it. And I think I'll probably find a lot to put that in. It's sweet. Okay, let's see, the rest of my necklaces. This was nice, kind of a short choker. Again, the little connector or spacer beads, they look like there's a little bit of wear on them. So these might go in a bead lot, but they're pretty beads. I think somebody would be happy to get those for crafting. Okay, this one, I think this may wind up going in a crafting lot also. simply because it's got, I can't tell if it's artisan made. If it is, they did a pretty good job. But these, I'm not sure how I feel about these. I'm not sure if I think it's too thin to be leather. But I think these little pieces would be okay in a bead lot or a craft lot. This was kind of a pretty little necklace. It's also got a toggle closure. It's going to be short. It's going to be more of a choker. And that might have also been artisan made. I like the colors though, the blue. They're nice for summer. And this, I don't know, this reminds me of the 70s. Just the shape of some of the little connectors and things. It's longish. Let's see. If you put it all, it's long. But it might definitely have some vintage appeal for somebody. This was a really interesting piece. It has some really pretty beads on it. Very long, iridescent beads. And in the bottom, knots. And it's got these tassels that are, the tassels are chains, and has all these sparkly beads. And you know what? I've got some earrings I might have to put with that to make a lot. So this is adjustable. You could probably wear it, oh, I'm sorry. You could probably wear that several different ways. But that was interesting, kind of cool. The last one is probably the biggest piece that was in there. And you know, the silly part of my mind says, oh, please don't be ivory, because I can't sell that. Of course it's not ivory. It's too much. It's just too much to it. I'm gonna have to see what it is. It's probably plastic, but it's pretty. It's a nice, let me see if I can adjust this up a little bit. It would make a nice statement piece. Got these sort of, I don't know, kind of animal print-ish little beads in between. But I think that would go by itself. Just got to double check. Make sure I don't get arrested for selling ivory. Ha ha ha, as if. Anyway, I was not disappointed with this box either. It was different from the other one. I don't know if you remember the floral piece that I pulled out first. Had those three beautiful dimensional flowers with the pearls and the rhinestones, and it was a Lenora Dame, and it did not last long on my site. It went and actually paid for that blue box and this blue box. So the treasures are there. I know some people aren't necessarily happy with the boxes they're getting. I'm still happy. Like I said, I think I can find ways to sell most of this one way or another, and you know, benefit somebody with these pieces. But anyway, if you would please like our video, hit the like button, and share the video if you like what you see. Please subscribe to us. We would love to get some subscribers. So far, my daughter is my subscriber. Anyway, this is Christy with Finds by the Flower Girl. And you guys have a great rest of the day. Be blessed, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.